Anybody got hair girl? Try me bad. I got lipstick. Yeah, I know. I was flat till you guys. Thank you. I like the worst.
Mr. Minor's class meeting upstairs. What are you doing here? Who's graduating? Miranda's skipping grade 8. I don't know what he's doing. Miranda's skipping grade 8. Where? I'm like a teacher, man. I click while I walk down the hall. Oh, yeah? You remember me? I didn't see her and... Okay. Well, I told my hair professional. You're supposed to put your roots on. Just a second, I'll be with you in a minute. Why don't we run the same clothes as people? No worries. You always wear that. Only wear full pants. Yeah. Sunglasses, even like, no one gets hair, no one like, should go to bed. I hate red. I think it's, yeah. I'm a Jehovah's Witness here. That's why I'm my Bible. It's like the media. How much you want better or game cool? No. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. My Bible. Smoke you. Yeah. You look like a bartender. One of those cool players, man. Yeah, they have that. Cool player. It's a cool shirt. He's one of those small town doctors. Oh, yeah. Your head. Like for an allergy dog. Did you see Bruce's dog? What eggs? I wear jeans. Then I wear shorts. Oh.
This is what's called alcohol.
Well, you're getting into
(1993) Grade 8 graduation ceremonies. We are pleased to have with us tonight our special guest, Mrs. Paula Barber, our area superintendent. My name is Krista Meller. I will be your MC for the evening. Please stand as the graduates enter the gymnasium and remain standing for our national anthem. Mr. Sutherland, who has a message for parents and graduates.
Good evening. Welcome to Wembley School, Graduation 93. Before I begin, I'd like to make a few announcements. 3 teachers are leaving Wembley. Mrs. Jacala has accepted a position at Colonel David Younger. Mr. Miner has been appointed consultant for computer education. Mrs. Fiorato has accepted a position at R.L. Beatty. On behalf of the staff and the community, we'd like to wish these people well in all their future endeavors. This year, one of our staff received an award as an outstanding educator in special education. Mrs. Saya Bailey received the Barbara Kanarick Award for her dedicated service to our community with the hearing impaired. Mrs. Bailey, would you stand, please? As well, our team of educational assistants, Mrs. Roy, Mrs. Henry, Mrs. Zuccolo, Mrs. Shepard, received awards from the Canada Council for Exceptional Children. To all of you, well done, blue and white. At this time, thank you. At this time as well, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Miss Maudrey Davis, former Director of Education for the Bahamas and recipient of the Order of the British Empire from Queen Elizabeth for her work in education in the Bahamas. Ms. Davis, would you please stand? Yesterday, I met two new families registering their children for kindergarten this fall. The parents were enthusiastic, the children a little shy and somewhat boggled by the size of the building and the event. Time passes quickly, almost mysteriously, with the wide-eyed kindergarten child developing new social skills, curiosities, and interests in the world around them. By the end of grade 3, our 8-year-old has learned to read, compute number problems, write stories, and with some teacher assistance, research a topic in the school library. Upon completion of grade 6, the 11-year-old has become computer familiar, a book publisher, a reasonable researcher, and a math problem solver. Tonight, our graduates are here, nervous but eager, contemplating the new adventure, the big leap forward to high school. But what has been accomplished? Not only have your academics expanded to include the Pythagorean theorem and the order of operations, but the savoir-faire of a second language, the experimental method, latitude and longitude, computer windows. And by now you've been counseled at home and at school about the hazards of drugs, alcohol, and the opposite sex. Let me offer my congratulations to our graduates. You've been wonderful ambassadors of your school on the playing fields around Sudbury, in the academic competitions locally and provincially, your bronze medal finish at the Kiwanis Festival in the band, the school's 50-plus athletic ribbons at the recent board track meet, your winning records in basketball, your great efforts at the science fair, and of course your generous efforts with our local senior citizens. Your support of the Canada-wide Olympics. This year the Student Council sponsored an athlete to come to Sudbury and compete in the Canada-wide Special Olympics. And by the way, they beat the staff in the annual staff-student baseball game too. To all of you from your staff, well done, blue and white. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sutherland. Mrs. Barber, our area superintendent, will bring greetings from the Sudbury Board of Education and briefly speak to the graduates' parents and friends.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be able to bring greetings from the Sudbury Board of Education to the graduates of these very happy events and to the community at large. And I suppose it's always customary at graduations to congratulate the graduates and to thank the parents and the community and friends for their support and to recognize the valuable contribution of the staff who have helped in the success of these young people. And I am going to do just that. But I'm also going to take this opportunity to talk a bit about the future to you, the graduates, because you are the future for the rest of us in this society. A number of years ago, there was a book written called Everything I Ever Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. And I'm not going to say that everything you ever needed to know you've learned at Wembley Public School, but I am going to say that here at Wembley Public School, you have developed the fundamentals for success in your future. Not only your future at secondary school, but your future at a community college, in an apprenticeship program, or at a university. And what are the things that you're going to be required to do in the future? Just this year, the Conference Board of Canada developed an employability profile, and it listed 3 critical skill areas that will be required for the future for our Canadian workforce. And one of those 3 critical areas was in the area of teamwork skills. And you just heard Mr. Sutherland talking about all the teams at Wembley and the various events that have made up the team approach to the success of Wembley School. Not just your sports teams, but your academic teams and the ambassador group, and many of the areas in which you've had to work together to achieve a common goal. And when you've worked together in a team, not only have you pulled together to create a goal and to create success for your group, but you've also learned to respect others, and you've learned to give and take in that kind of an activity. So the teamwork skills are very important skills for the future, and you've learned those here at Wembley School. Another very important area is the area of personal management skills. And I won't go into all those areas, but some of the areas identified right at the top of the list were the areas of confidence and self-esteem, and responsibility and being accountable. And here at Wembley School, with the high standards of discipline, a real compliment was paid to Wembley School this morning, and in writing, I understand. And I was visiting with a principal who said to me, I was so impressed with the behavior of the students at Wembley School at our track meet that I put it in writing that I believe the people in the community should know how well behaved these students were. Not only were the students in an unsupervised area, but there wasn't one problem, one incident that required anybody's attention. And that really is a tribute to the type of self-discipline that you have learned here at Wembley School. The kind of behavior that you show in the community is really a credit to you, to your parents, and to the staff here at Wembley School. But the third area is the academic area, and this is the area where Wembley students really shine and excel in our system. I've been the superintendent of Wembley School for the last 5 years, and over the last 5 years, Wembley students have consistently scored at the top of our system in academic areas, particularly in the math area. You can be very proud of your achievement in math. And not only do a small handful of students achieve, all the students at Wembley School achieve. So we're not talking only about the students who consistently do well in competitions. All Wembley students achieve at a high level. And you have reached those high standards that have been set by your teachers. This is really an evening to celebrate and to feel proud, and you have much to feel proud of at Wembley School, Wembley graduates. It is an evening to look forward to the future. And sometimes we get bogged down in hearing about all the problems for the future. There will always be challenges ahead, but let's not forget our successes. And in Canada, I don't know if the graduates know this or not, but in a recent international survey, Canada ranked second as the place in the world where most people would like to live. And a number of years ago, you may remember that Maclean's listed Sudbury within the top 10 cities in Canada in which to live. And I'm saying to you that at Wembley School, you've been educated at one of the best schools in the province, and you are very fortunate, and we're very fortunate to have a school of the high quality of Wembley School. And this high quality education didn't just happen at Wembley School. It's a result of the whole staff under the direction of Mr. Sutherland, who have used teamwork skills and have used the expertise and ability, and through a very positive, caring attitude, but always holding up high expectations for all students. And through this, you have received an excellent educational experience. I'd like to thank the staff for their dedication and commitment to quality education for all students. The teachers and the principal can be very proud of the students and the effect that this educational school or educational institution has had on our students. The success of the students would not have been without the support of the parents and the community. And you've probably heard the statement made by people on the Sudbury Board of Education, Sudbury Public Schools and you better together. Well, clearly, better together has happened at Wembley School. You may have noticed the signs as you walked in, parents welcome. Parents in the community are always welcome at Wembley School. We also can't forget the trustees who are dedicated to our students and always make decisions that truly keep the best interests of students in mind. These partnerships are important to the trustees as well. I guess as a final thought to the students at Wembley School, as you move into another stage in your life and as you prepare yourself for the future, you might want to keep in mind the Noah principle. And I just recently heard the Noah principle, and it's based on the biblical story of Noah and the ark. And the statement is, for the future, we're going to need the kind of thinking that is required in the Noah principle, which means that, or which states that, the rewards in the future will be not for those who predict the rain, but for those who build the ark. And at Wembley School, you have learned how to build arks. Thank you very much.
I wonder if I could ask Mr. Miner if he would turn off the fan up there, please, just so that it's not quite so difficult to hear.
Last week, as part of our year-end trip, we toured the legislative buildings in Toronto. We did not have an opportunity then to meet with our local member of parliament, so we intended to bring her to Sudbury tonight. Unfortunately, our MPP for Sudbury, Ms. Sharon Murdoch, is unable to attend and sends her regrets. The presentation of certificates will be made by Mr. Sutherland, Ms. Sloat, and Mr. Miner. Please hold your applause until all graduates have received their certificates. Peter Frilla will introduce the graduates of 801.
Can you see it, Peter?
No. Janet Blake.
If you'd like to come up and take a picture, this is probably good.
Lucia Calisi. Giovanni Carniello. Christy Kane. Chantal Chassé. Tina Code. Lawrence Dashner. Melody Duchesne. Kelly Duffy. David Essig. Ian Govro. Kelly Giff. Stacy Hould. Courtney LeClaire. Brandy Leduc. Daryl Lewis. Beth Grenier. Tracy McBride. Jamie Neshi. Paloma Nunez. Curtis Paulinen. Larry Thrush. James Dawson. Miranda Corbiel. Krista Miller. And me, Peter Furla.
Congratulations, Peter. Good luck, John. Take one more. Hurry up, Rob. Hurry up. Ladies and gentlemen, grade 801 graduating class.
Alyssa Burnham will now introduce the graduates of 802. Again, please hold your applause until all certificates have been received. Timothy Armstrong. Scott Baker. Ryan Stasiak. Debbie Corner. Nicole Davis Farouk. Robert Martel. Seth Gallipo. Brent Govro. Heather Gibson. Dennis Greer. Samantha Helash. Randy Henniger. Judy Julig. Sylvia Kaysen. Martin Krikorka. Sarah Lottie. Jimmy Ellsworth.
Catherine Mazurek. Debbie McLennan. Chris McTaggart. Patrick McVitie. Heather Rowe. Pavel Burian. And I am Melissa Burnham.
Ladies and gentlemen, the students of 802.
This year, our valedictorian, chosen by staff and students, is Nicole Davis Farouk. Nicole?
For us, the graduates of 1993, tonight is an occasion of mixed emotions. It is the event that we've all worked hard to arrive at. We've attended our classes, done our assignments, completed our projects, and written our exams. Having accomplished all of these, we began eagerly to await graduation. The graduation pictures have been taken. The year-end trip to Toronto has come and gone. The shopping for graduation outfits are over. And we've all chosen the high schools we will attend in September. The autograph books have all been signed, and here we are now on this, our graduation night. And while there is happiness at being graduated, there is also sadness as we leave our Wembley warrior. The word graduate means to take a step. So, we are taking a step forward, from junior high to high school. Some of us have been here since kindergarten. Others have joined in at various grade levels. A number of graduates from Princess Anne joined us in grade 7. Looking back over the last 2 years, we have formed some lasting friendships. On the first day of school last September, it was finally our turn to be looked up to as the seniors of the school, and that was a great feeling. That was the beginning of a very exciting year. We will never forget the special school events, such as the track and field meets, the annual Wembley versus Alexander soccer game, the Senior Citizens Tea, the Careers 2000 exposition, and then there was our exciting and unforgettable year-end trip to Toronto. We at Wembley are fortunate to have received a strong foundation upon which to build as we climb the ladder to success. We thank our teachers for the enthusiasm with which they imparted their knowledge, inspiring us to strive for excellence. We will always remember the many dedicated teachers here at Wembley: Mrs. Murray, Mrs. O'Connor, Ms. Summers, Mrs. Fiorado, Ms. Hanningen, Ms. Semia, Ms. Delvecchio, and Ms. Parker. Our girls' school basketball team would have never won the silver medals without the conscientious coaching of Mr. Marinchuk. We will also remember him for our weekly sessions of Reach for the Top. Madame Cummings showed us that learning French could be very exciting. Merci, Madame. And we will never forget Mr. Pastri's art classes. Ms. Sla helped the students. Ms. Sloat helped us to discover the world of science and to have a better understanding of people through literature. Mr. Wallingford helped us to develop interest in a wide variety of sports and games. Ms. Patterson has taught us to appreciate music, enabling us to achieve a third-place finish at the Kiwanis Festival. Under Mr. Sutherland's diligent tutoring, Wembley has maintained its high standings in math. Ms. Dodge was always there to listen to us and to give us guidance. Mr. Miner helped us to understand the world of computers and has triggered our interest in reading and research. We, the class of 1993, wish to extend to you, our parents and guardians, gratitude for your patience, support, guidance, and understanding. For without these, we would have not made it this far, and for this we thank you. As we go forward, we take with us many happy memories. As we receive our diplomas and graduate, we are truly stepping forward to a future of opportunities and challenges. We wish each other success in all of our endeavors and the very best for the future. Thank you.
Okay, just come over here.
You can tell we're a little bit nervous if you'll notice on your program we've gotten a little bit mixed up. But, thank you very much, Nicole. We really appreciate your thoughts and your words, and you speak, I know, on behalf of all of the students. Thank you very much.
At this time in our ceremony, students are recognized for their special achievements during the year. I would ask Ms. Lowe to come forward to announce the award winners.
I get to do the fun job. Thank you. Those of you who know me, and most of the students do, know that I am an avid Blue Jays fan. And I was watching a ball game the other night, and a thought occurred to me. Wouldn't it be nice if every day that you went to work or went to school and you did something really well, 50,000 people would stand up and cheer and clap and applaud you? Wouldn't that be nice? Well, we're not 50,000 strong, but we're a spirited group. And we're here tonight to cheer and to congratulate and to applaud our very own Wembley Warrior champions. And just like the Blue Jays know, what it takes to be the top of the class, what it takes to be a champion, is hard work and dedication, and hard work and perseverance, and hard work and self-discipline, and hard work and hard work and hard work. And our award winners have not only done well once or twice, but they have worked hard all year long. Let us honor this year's award winners. He is quiet and shy and short, but his wit and commanding vocabulary and literary competence prove once again that the pen is indeed mightier than the sword. Mr. Miner is pleased to present the English Award to Peter Furla. She too is quiet and shy, but her love of poetry and master of the written word speak for themselves. The English Award winner in 802 is Heather Gibson. Unlike some other academic awards, the French award is presented not necessarily to the student who has the highest marks or the highest percent, but to the student who continually tries to use and perfect the French language orally. Had I been in her class all year, I would have been able to tell you en française that this year's French award is presented by Madame Cummings to Scott Baker. No. So you can get it. This year, for the very first time, Wembley was able to offer special Ojibwe classes to our native students taught by Mrs. Hoy. Now, she was unable to be here tonight. We are pleased to present the Ojibwe Award to Kelly Duffy. They say that history repeats itself. And I have a feeling that before this evening is through, we're going to know just how true this axiom really is. Mrs. O'Connor will present the award to our top history student, Nicole Davis Farouk.
There you go.
I'm not sure who finally finished first in Mr. Marinchuk's Reach for the Top contest, but I'm willing to bet our Geography Award winner was somewhere near the top. Mrs. Sanmia will present the Geography Award to Peter Furla. Congratulations, Peter. The Physical Education Award is presented to that student who has shown leadership, sportsmanship, and good athletic ability in regular phys ed classes throughout the entire year. Mr. Simi will present the Physical Education Award to Brent Guvro. Her athletic abilities are obvious, but it is her leadership, her keen competitiveness and determination, her willingness to try that much harder and give that extra effort that distinguishes this athlete among the rest. Mr. Marinchuk is very proud to present our Female Athlete of the Year, Alyssa Burnham. Our Male Athlete of the Year may not be as fast as a speeding bullet or be able to leap over tall buildings in a single bound, but he is pretty impressive on the basketball court, the soccer field, the volleyball court, and you'd better be watching when he throws a ball around the baseball diamond. Mr. Wallingford will present the award for Male Athlete of the Year to Robert Martell. And I will now call on Mr. Sutherland to present the Math Awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wembley School has for some time had a powerful math program. Begins in kindergarten, carries through the primary and junior divisions, and then through into the intermediate division, and finally in grade 8. This year our school took part in 3 major contests. It's interesting to note that we had 3 separate winners of each one of these contests. The first person who I'd like to speak about was the winner of the American Junior High School math competition here in Sudbury. This competition is presented out of Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, and I'd like you to honor Peter Furla. Our school also takes part in a competition known as the Canadian Math League contest. This is a very widespread contest in which all provinces take part. This year's Wembley winner is none other than our Mistress of Ceremonies, Krista Miller. One of the most difficult contests that our students take part in is the Pascal contest. This is for grade 9 students. This year, Wembley School competed with 28 high schools. Wembley School finished 6th out of 28 high schools, from North Bay to Sault Ste. Marie. On the honor roll for all students in Northern Ontario, and winner here at Wembley School was Janet Blake. It's not difficult to understand why we do so well in math. We have a strong overall group of math students. This year, when I came to look over the math results, I found it very difficult to pick a single winner. And as a result, 2 students will be honored this year with receiving the top math award. Both these students achieved marks of 100, 99, and 99. Those are very strong marks right from September through the end of the year. I'd like to call upon first Nicole Davis-Thrall. This lady is not sitting here only for her oratory talents. She's also a top math student, Krista Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Sutherland. The problem is, who will win the Science Award? We might hypothesize as to who the winner will be, but if we determine our procedures, set our criteria, devise a plan to observe the behavior of our students throughout the year, weigh the evidence of attitude, academics, and interest, we would come to the conclusion that our Science Award should be presented by Mrs. Murray to Nicole Davis-Farouk. I'll go back to that. This year's Music Award winner has natural musical ability, is flexible and can play more than one instrument, and is very cooperative and dependable. Ms. Patterson will present the Music Award to Peter Furla. Our Art Award is presented by Mr. Pastry to not one, but two deserving students. She quietly and unassumingly displays her artistic ability and meticulous work, while he possesses an uncanny talent as a cartoonist. The Art Award is presented to Catherine Mazurek and Martin Krikorka. We are very proud of our academic achievers, but there is a very special place in the heart of all teachers for that student who, through hard work and a positive attitude, shows the greatest improvement over the years. Ms. Lyons is pleased to present the Most Improved Student Award to Daryl Lewis. Thank you. Most parents and teachers know that our top academic students are, yes, blessed with a certain measure of intelligence, but they are also the students who generally work the hardest. And very often we take these students for granted. We just expect them to always do well. Well, tonight we want to acknowledge and thank our top academic students for all their hard work and dedication. I would ask Mrs. Barber and Mr. Sutherland to present the honor roll certificates to those students who have achieved an overall average of 80% or better. Janet Blake. Alyssa Burnham. Just stay up here until they're all up. Tina Code. Ian Govro. Brent Govro. Heather Gibson. Kelly Giff. Stacy Hould. Judy Julick. Martin Krigorka. Sarah Lottie. Courtney Leclerc. Paloma Nunez. Catherine Mazurek. Curtis Ballinen. Now, if that is not impressive enough, we have 3 students who have attained a percent of over 90. Peter Furla. Krista Miller. And Nicole Davis Farouk. Thank you very much. You have seen them a time or two, and the top academic students of each class will come as no surprise to you. Mrs. Bailey will present the Ontario Public School Teachers Federation Award to the top academic student in 801, Peter Furla. And Mr. Sutherland will present the Sudbury Public School Principals Association Award to the top academic student in 802, Nicole Davis Farouk. This year we have a very special, unique award that we were hoping would be presented by our MPP, Sharon Murdoch, but as Krista told you, she was unable to attend tonight. We have, however, someone amongst us who knows firsthand what it's like to work in the provincial legislature. Wembley is very proud and pleased that Nicole Davis Farouk was accepted to work as a page in the Ontario legislature this past fall. This is particularly impressive when you consider that only students with above 80% averages and the best of recommendations were chosen among many candidates. Nicole was able to maintain her high academic standard in Toronto while assuming her busy schedule and duties as a page. We are pleased to recognize this outstanding accomplishment with this special award by Mrs. Dodge to Nicole Davis Farouk. I would ask Mrs. Cottenham, our school secretary, to come forward to make two very special staff awards to two students who have been especially helpful throughout the year. If you called the school during the lunch break at any time, you would probably have spoken to our student office helper, Lucia Calisi, who She has been an immense help not only to Mrs. Cottenham, but to all teachers as well. We would also like to thank Larry Thrush for his diligent, reliable help with Mr. Minor and our school computers. Larry? And now the award that everyone waits for. The music world has Michael Jackson. The NBA has Michael Jordan. The NHL has Wayne Gretzky. Blue Jays, Joe Carter. But here at Wembley, we have our own version of the superstar, our Student of the Year. Not only is she a fine athlete who has participated in all sports activities and school teams throughout the year, but she is an outstanding scholar as well. From playing in the school band, organizing the Grade 8 bake sale, volunteering as an interviewer at Careers 2000, to working in the Ontario Legislature as a page, this student is our Wembley Stars Student of the Year, Nicole Davis Farouk. And I would just like to take this opportunity to thank our MC for the evening, Krista Miller.
Thank you for celebrating our grade 8 graduation with us. You're all invited to reception outside the gym to my right. The graduation dance will begin at 8:30 and will end by 11. Have a good evening, and please stand as the graduates leave the gym.